Good morning. It's around 10 something a.m. in Salem, Indiana. And I just wanted to zoom up on the moon just for a few minutes. It was, it's rotated around 45 degrees, or if you would compare it to the hands on a clock, it has rotated 15, 15 minutes, if you were to go like that, clockwise since last night. I'm not able to zoom up on this like I am on Facebook. Good morning. Yeah, on Facebook I can zoom well, I can zoom up now. Okay, we got this. I better try to zoom before I start talking about it. Yeah, good morning to everyone. This moon it's really, it's not normal. It's not normal. Because when we zoomed up on the craters last night, they weren't normal craters on the side of the moon. There are beings up there. And there was these three dots that were on the edge, like three-fourths of the way up on the edge of the moon, uh, which would be this dark edge right here. Hello. And when I had took a still picture of it, they are actually, there's beings up there, and they look like, I'm going to describe what they look like, and it's not really nothing funny. People may make fun of it, but they literally look like big eyes on a little body of a fish. Uh, yeah, it's just, it looks so, they're so strange up there. They look strange looking, and I don't mean any disrespect, but there are beings up there on that moon, and that's what they look like. And they're multicolored also. I put a couple still shots of the side of the moon zoomed up on my Facebook, and I know it's hard for people to envision what it may look like, but I've been looking at these for a long time. They're always in the sky also. But I think what's probably more important is that this moon is rotating. And somebody said, well, it's because it's at the sun. The sun is shining its light on it. But I really never remember seeing the moon sitting like this when I was a child. Oh, I just moved my telescope. Hold on now. I'm trying to hold it steady because the moon is going down in the sky. It's getting ready to set in the east. So I'm trying to hold it up to keep it from coming down so fast. It's just like the stars in the sky, when they traverse across the sky. Now see, it kind of like got a little bit blurry when I did that. I'm going to have to refocus it with my okay, here it is, with my telescope. And I'll just say that this temperature has dropped probably 40 degrees since a few days ago, because it was like a 63 degrees when I got home last night. A huge drop compared to like 90 something. And good morning to everyone. Yeah, I know the moon rotates on its axis, but I really don't think this is our moon. Well, what if this was, what if this moon has been this moon like this all the while, and we've just never really had the technology in our hands as people, just regular people, to zoom up. Good morning, Shun Lee, to zoom up on the moon the way that we can now with all this technology and share it with everyone. Just what if we didn't? Um, and what if it has always been here like this, and we've just not noticed it? That's the other question. I'm trying to, that wind is really kind of chilly. Let me see, peace and blessings. You have noticed the change in the moon also, yeah. So I'm trying to hold it still because it's going down fast like the sun. And we have before, a couple weeks ago, saw the moon, saw these ships. Kitty, look out. Ships flying into the moon, flying in and out. It is absolutely beautiful outside right now. And I know this is nothing, this isn't really something spectacular, but every once in a while the moon will still be in the sky during the daytime. And I would like to get a little bit of footage of it. Uh, Hopefully, maybe one night I'll be able to come onto the YouTube and do some live footage of the moon at night and zoom up. Let me try to move this moon back up here because it's just moving all over. If I probably shrink it a little bit, I wouldn't have to hold it. The moon lost its light for a week. Well, that's strange, but yet it's not strange. Um, I really would like to be able to, no, it's not on the opposite side of the moon. No, I don't buy that one bit. Um, no. You're very welcome, Magical 5D. Let me try to get this in here. And this really does, if you do what I do, I try to share on a daily basis, it can get to you. It can, it takes a lot of strength, to do this and also, keep up with your everyday life. You got to juggle it. uh, but that's okay. And I know things are still being suppressed by the social media outlets. But that's all right. We can do what we can do because they can't completely suppress us. They've got to let some information out. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that they do abide by letting some of the information out to people. Greetings, the comet. Newcomer. You found my channel and you caught me live. Yeah, no, this is not a joke. This definitely is not a joke, what's happening. And I'm afraid, well, I'm not afraid, but I could say I'm afraid that one day some people are going to have a huge reality, a wake up to reality day. Wake up to reality day. I'm trying to get this here. Maybe if I shrink down that moon, I wouldn't have to hold it up here, but it's just so big up there in the sky. I want to read that comment if I can. Well, the quantum shift show replaced Dr. Sabazi, and they replaced the moon with who they are. But it's so crazy with all these things going on. Yeah, I've heard of that the moon has been replaced. Oh, it's not a joke. Yeah, no, nothing is a joke. It's not a joke at all. And there are people who are going to make fun of, and they're going to laugh just to do it. And then there's people who are going to be in denial because they really don't believe any of this, what is occurring, or they don't even want to even think about it because they've got their lives to live, and that would take away from their lives to think about something like this. Yeah, these ships, they are up there in the sky. I'm still finding myself having to hold the handle of this tripod, so that's why the moon is shaking. Hello, Jennifer. Yeah, and you know you say people are ignorant. Ignorant is someone who really doesn't know, and then stupid is, they know, but they choose not to know. Yeah, for one reason or another, they are in denial. Um, Wonder if I just put this moon way up here at the top, if I wouldn't have to hold this handle. How far down the screen will it go? Oh, that's better than uh, way down at the bottom. I've got this setting on my deck, this moon right now. Could you imagine holding the moon in your hand? I'm sure there's some giant beings up there that could probably do that. Yeah, you have to send love. You cannot carry that all those negative feelings within you, especially when you talk to others and you don't get the response that is a loving response or whatever, or you just get totally ignored, or the silent treatment. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. Good morning, Felix. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You better be humble. You better be humble because even though I can be seeing what I think I'm seeing up there in the sky with on here, like viewing it. But if I was to see it in real life, I probably would be a little bit shocked, and it would take a little bit time to have it all sink into me. Also, just like these extraterrestrials, if someone, we can see them in the movies and stuff and get scared and stuff, but what happens in real life, if we literally did see a real being like that in real life, that would be very shocking. It really would. Even though we think the movies have desensitized us and kind of try to zoom in on that. I can't really see when it's daylight. I can't really zoom up that much on this moon because it's so big. Yeah, let me do this. Whoops, I'm kicking it. Uh, and you can. I'm using my travel telescope. I've got two travel telescopes. You can buy a travel telescope too. I can't remember how much they cost. There's all different types. This was really a lightweight telescope that I got that could go into a backpack. Let me try to see if I can fix this because it's kind of hard for me to see the features of this moon. Well, I guess that's about as good as it's going to get. Yeah, you can take your cell phone because it's a very accessible tool that we have in our hands, and it does multiple things. Yeah, it is so smooth, Nancy. Yeah, your phone can do so many things at your fingertips. You have a lot of, I don't know, information that you can access, all that kind of stuff. And you can zoom up just like this and share it with people or even see for yourself. You don't need nothing fancy. Yeah. I can't tell you how absolutely wonderful it feels out here with the very a little bit more than gentle breeze, but it's like perfect out. The skies are blue. Well, it's blue on this side by the moon, and where the sun is, well, it's white because they don't. I don't know why they want it like that, but that's how they want it. You have a sky that's white by the sun and then blue by the moon. And I really think I should. I've got other tripods in the house, but they don't fit this telescope mounting that I have. I really want to get a different type. This right here goes up to 7 feet, and it's very, very sturdy. I need one that I can adjust a lot easier. Yeah, the sun was just sitting underneath Mary and Geyer. You have an iPhone 7, Nancy, and can't get close-ups. Yeah, yeah, because I took a picture of the moon with my phone alone, and I thought I'm going to just share this picture on the Facebook. And you know, when it's teeny tiny, you can't zoom up. I know some people download these apps, some kind of zoom up app for their phone, but I couldn't zoom up, and it just don't. It looked so fake. So I thought, I guess I do got to get out my telescope and hook that up and take a picture, because you know you wanna see it in more clarity. And if you have the tools uh, to do it, it's a lot better. Yeah. And I know this is not our normal blue of the sky. It's not. It's it's whatever view that they want it to be. Uh, and I don't think that all of this is like what they say, Project Bluebeam. You know, I had a friend at work uh, finding it hard. She was finding it hard to go to sleep at night, and her son said, "Well, Mom, it's because you're staring at that blue light, because that blue light keeps you awake." And I said, "Did he really say that?" And you know, I think there is something to it, because if you have your TV on and stuff, or you're watching your cell phone, you can't go to sleep because of the light that is emitted from it. I believe that really that really is holding true for a lot of people. And you know, some of this is really good. It's good to have cell phones, but you know, I think there's a downside to everything, a good and a bad use for it. When I lived in Hawaii, we went to we went on vacation. We went on vacation after, you know, we lived in Hawaii, and we went on vacation, and I forget what the other island was called, and we saw the great big white, you know, the white telescope thing, uh, that big old, I forget what you call those, and we looked through those telescopes on that other island. It was pretty impressive. They had 3 of them up there, to where they could see the stars and uh, you know, everything up in the sky. That was pretty interesting going there. I think that was the first time I ever went to one of those things. A butterfly just flew by. Um, I think people who are younger than us, they're not really interested in this kind of stuff, the majority, because, you know, they're just still trying to get their life going. But, you know, uh, let me see this comment. Hello, Derwin Walker. Yeah, a misty blue. For some reason, you can't get me on Facebook for weeks anymore. Um, Please look for Mariah Geyer and add me. I tried everything. I've been a follower from the start. Well, let me tell you about Facebook, okay? I've had a lot of people telling me, Gina, you're not even showing up on my timeline. I look for you and you're not even there. Did you block me? And I do block people, but you know what? I don't block all these other people who can't get me. I think there's something going on. There's a lot of censoring going on, and like I get around 150 friend requests a day, and people follow, but now I'm at the point where Facebook is like censoring that. They suppress the numbers of followers, they suppress the number of shares, and I don't think everybody is able to see, because they don't want a lot of people commenting and things like that. Hello, Leah. Of course, I know they're all tied together. Mariah Geyer, you know, it takes me around 10 to 15 minutes to scroll through all those names that I have blocked. Um, But I will look for it. Oh, more raw, like um, the god Ra. Mora, Mora. Oh, oh. Um, you're welcome. I can't guarantee you that you'll be on my block list because there's people who are not on there and I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to tell them. I know that the algorithms will keep us from seeing things. Um, I'll try to center this a little more to where I don't have to hold it. I'm going to put it in the middle of the screen. Um, and I really don't know if this is normal for this moon to literally rotate clockwise throughout the time it's in the sky, within a 24-hour a period. Oh, I never blocked you. Well, you're probably right. Um, um, you can't even find me in a search. They could block me from even coming up in a search for some people. And then you think, why do they choose some people to do this to these algorithms and not others? You're just really curious. This is one benefit from working second shift. You get to have a little bit of your morning, even though you may be tired. You can still relax and, oh wow, that's strange. Yeah, a buena dia, para Gomez, perla Gomez, buena dia, buenas, bom dia, good morning, bonjour, um, yeah, good morning, good morning. I've got to move this moon up. I'm just filming this moon. It may not be something spectacular to people, but it's peaceful. It's peaceful to look at. The same thing happened to you, Nancy, on Facebook. Let me try to read these comments. Facebook says I can't see you, and it says you don't exist, even though. And you thought I blocked me, and you tried to find me, and no luck. That is really weird. Matt Roger from Skywatcher, I heard that his channel is gone. They got rid of him. I think he shared a little bit too much truth. Um, yeah. So, good morning. Good morning. Well, I don't let other people's opinions of me or thoughts about me determine who I am on the inside, and they do not define me. And I hope that you don't let other people's opinions of you or their thoughts of you define who you are or determine what you do in your life, especially if their opinion or thoughts are negative, because you know who you are on the inside. You had a hard time finding this. Well, I believe that also. I believe that also. But that's okay. I should probably open up. I could probably open up another Facebook page, but then I really have myself being pulled. I don't even get on my Twitter account. Uh, yeah. And then it really gets me in life when you do have people who like to focus on other people in a negative way. Because we're all going through things in our life, and I know that individual that you're talking about, her hands are full. Her hands are full, but I dare not speak against you know, what's going on in her life, because I know her situation in life is, it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest, because I have members of my family dealing with what she's dealing with also. So I don't even dare speak against any of that, because I know that's wrong. I know that's wrong um, to do that. But it really, it doesn't matter what you're dealing with in life. I don't know why you want to come against other people, but that's their thing. So that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to let it get to me and make me upset, because you know my life is too precious, just like your life. Your life's too precious to let other people get to you. So don't ever let them get to you. Don't ever let them bring you down and use you as a doormat and talk to you in a belittling way, because you don't have to accept it. Um, yeah. Argella Sanders, you came into this knowledge over 30 years ago, and you've had all sorts of sightings and visitations and enlightened many, and it's not good. It's all bad, all bad. Can you expand on what you're saying? What's all bad? Everything up in the sky, or people? Um, yeah. I think I want to let this moon come down. It's at the top of the page. I want to let it come down on its own, because it's moving pretty fast. Yeah, it's already starting to come down more. Angels, you believe the same. It's true. You do feel these beings, maybe not all, are the fallen Nephilim, and they have come to deceive the world into thinking they made us. I've heard that theory, and I do know that angels exist, beings of light exist, and they do come to earth, and they do appear for people. So there are other dimensions. There are the light, there is the light, and there is the dark in this world, and it's always been, just like with, there's good people in this world, and there's inherently bad people. So I know there's so many bad people on this earth that like destroy other people's lives and stuff. It's horrific. It's demonic. These people who behave in such manners toward other human beings. To me, that's a fallen angel. That's a fallen demon. That's a demon, uh, demon possessed people. So they don't have to be all up in the sky. They came down to earth. And even Satan, when he went before God, talking about Job, God said, "Have you considered my servant Job?" Um, and then he asked Satan, "Where you been?" He said, "Walking to and fro across the earth." And then God allowed him to do what he wanted to Job, because he thought Job's just going to curse you and die. But you know what? He didn't. He didn't. Uh, Perla Gomez, today the asteroid is close to Tierra. Yeah, there are um, there are angels always watching. Um, yeah, and you know I've never heard of the Galactic Federation. Of course, you know if you watch Star Wars and stuff, you hear about things like that. Yeah. Hola, Deb Jones. Jones. Uh, Leah, how do I feel about the Ashtar Command? I really don't know anything about the Ashtar Command. I know that there is something called the Ashtar Command. I'm not really into the Ashtar Command, although I did catch Ashtar, would have looked like Ashtar in a cloud in the sky months back, flying right over my house. So that's, yeah, I don't really have an opinion of this. I know that people believe Ashtar command exists, and I just don't even, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion for it or against it, okay? I'm kind of neutral on it. Yeah, you caught me live, and it's rare because, yeah, I wouldn't be out here filming if the moon wasn't up in the sky. Yeah. Yeah, everything will be sorted out in time. Well, I think the truth is inside each and every one of us if we want it to be. If we want the truth to be, it lives inside of each and every one of us. And that truth will open your eyes to everything that your eyes are supposed to be open to. But you've got to want it. You've got to want to open your eyes and start viewing things differently. You can see the sun, this moon, I want to call it moon. Yeah, well, it is the moon. I want to call it the sun because it's in the sky with the sun. Yeah, a lot of UFO activities. I just think if when I'm talking, if I could see every single one of you all at the same time and you talking, that'd be pretty neat. Yeah, glowing disc and also cigars, and there's other different shapes of these UFO ships also. Um, um, Hook Mullah, you want to know that if you can make contact with them. I'm sure a lot of people have made contact with them. You're not going to always hear about it. And you'll hear stories of people, they may not be stories, I shouldn't say that. You'll hear testaments of people who channel these beings from other dimensions, from space. Some are, I guess, some are real. Some are making it up. Some are making it up. So when I read some of these messages, say they're channeling things, they probably are channeling something, but it may not be. Who they say that they're channeling may not be that. It may all be a big game. So I would be very careful before you jump on that bandwagon for these channeled messages from some of these beings out there in space, okay? Because I really don't get into that either. You will not find anything like that shared on my Facebook page. I will not share channeled messages from the beings. I mean, I'll read them, but you know, it's not what I'm about. I'm not centered on the channeling of the Ashtar command and all these planets and stuff, but some people are. Some may be channeling, and some may be just making it all up just to get the people caught up in it. So I would advise you to be very, very careful. I'm not all into this stuff. I'm not all into it. Um, and I really don't have much to say about the Ashtar command, but it's out there. The name is out there, so it has to exist in some shape or fashion. And there is good and bad in everything that we see in here. You can find it. It's just the people's intentions for sharing what they share. You've got to be careful um, who you listen to. You've got to be very careful. This moon has moved a tad bit, rotated. Last night you saw a ship flashing yellow lights. It was triangular and it really Deb Jones. Only if the Most High shows you, and the Most High has to show you, because it's not everyone would be able to see. That's true. They are responsible for the occurrence of the shadow people and sleep paralysis. If anyone knows what I mean, yeah. You know, I've heard that what you're saying is true, and I have friends that have they have seen the shadow beings. They have seen angels, angels of light, beings of light, with their own eyes. I had this one friend who saw uh, all these angels. She was in the hospital visiting her friend because her friend's husband was dying. And she's a very spiritual woman. And she looked over as he was dying, taking his last breath, saw all these angels, probably around 12 or 13 angels circled around him. They were beings of light, circled around him um, as he was passing through with her own eyes. And there was a gentleman in the room with her that saw the same thing. And there's people who have seen these dark entities um, come from the other dimension, the other realm. They slip through, and yeah, there's people who have these gifts of sight. I haven't personally seen these beings of light, these angels, but there are people who have. They can see into the other realm, the spiritual realm. So um, I will talk about the spiritual realm because I know the spiritual realm exists, but about all the galactic stuff and things, I don't really know too much. Yeah, well, we have good angels. There are good angels who make their presence known every day in people's lives and help work miracles. Um, yeah, let's see. Is your phone sideways? No, I'm not sideways. This is the moon. Somebody said, is my Claudia Blankenship? This is the moon, okay? My phone is straight up. The reason I'm doing this, I'm documenting this moon because on my Facebook channel, the moon was turned 45 degrees counterclockwise last night around 2:30 in the morning. So that's why I'm documenting this. This moon is rotating in the sky. So no, my phone is not, there's nothing wrong with my phone. It's this moon. It's turning. Um, yeah, you know, and I don't want to. You should not make judgments against God's creation. Things up there in the sky, the beings up there in the sky, you know, they're much higher than you. You're down here on the earth, and you really have no idea about that life's existence. What goes on in that group of entities, extraterrestrials, life, or anything like that. We shouldn't even speak against things like that because it's wrong. It's just like saying, well, I don't like all the people. It's just like speaking about people in other countries, saying I don't like any of them because they're all whatever. That's labeling, and you know that's wrong too. The same goes up here. Well, I don't think. Oh yeah, you can see it, Claudia. Yeah. So this moon, my camera is not upside down. Oh, you sent a film of two angels playing tag on Messenger when you was blocked? Who was blocked? You sent a film of two angels? I don't even remember seeing nothing like that. I'm trying to see these comments. You noticed yourself and you made the video piece and yeah. Okay. Moira. Yeah. I only block people if they're very rude and condescending, and they may not even realize they're rude and condescending. But I don't like that type of trait in people. Sarcastic traits, I do not like it. I never did like it. We don't really like arrogant people either. But it takes all types in this world. Um, uh, what? You can recognize fake and a CG. You're doing your own. Yeah. Um, why do I think the bottom half of the moon, the bottom half of the moon is right there? Because it's rotating in the sky. I think it is rotating in the sky. But some people say, you know, it's because it's going across the sky. Yeah, you have to ask yourself, if it was in the east, if this was in the east, which it was last night when I got off of work, and it was you turn this counterclockwise, just pretend like this is the hands of a clock. If this was symbolic of a clock, right now this dark part would be on the 3 p.m. and the 9 p.m. position. Okay, well last night uh, the dark part was on the 12 p.m. and the 6 p.m. position. That was last night. So it is really rotating. I don't know why it's doing it as it twirls around the sky. Um, um, yeah. Well, there are people, like you say, who make this CG and they want to fool people. Um, I don't know why they want to. I guess just to do it. Um, it rotates back and forth 90 degrees. Well, all I know is what I document. I didn't even want to take I didn't even want to do a video when I got home from work because I was so exhausted. But I thought, you know, I need to do it. I want to do it. So I did it. And I just said, you know what, I don't care if I'm tired. You know, and sometimes you have to do things like that in your life too. Just because you're tired, don't let it keep you from doing what you really want to do. You can still do it. I ought to see Linda's video. Um, I, I don't know who Linda is. It's daytime here. It's probably 10 something. Could be close to 11 now. Um, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Primex Israel, the size of the USA, or the Earth for the USA. Sometimes the United States does think that they are the only people on Earth, but it's only a few individuals that say that, and it's sad, but their voice is the one that gets heard, and that's what causes people to look down because of the voices of a few. Uh, Last year, I did an experiment, Owen Stobe, and I came out here every 30 minutes or so, or every hour, and documented. I took a picture and documented the rotation of the moon in the sky. I did this for around 6 hours, and it did indeed rotate. Okay, if it's 11:03. Oh yeah, I can look at these comments on here because they do have the time. I thought, well, I don't even know what time it is, but all I had to do is look at that. That's something new. Yeah, it's right. It's I'm 3 hours behind you. Or you're 3 hours behind me. I'm 3 hours ahead of you if you're on the West Coast. Um, oh, Alaskan Draw. You really wanted to talk with your dear friend Gina live, and your dream came true. Yay. Um, Wait a minute, the moon didn't move. Well, I'm telling you that the rotation, this moon has rotated since it came across the sky since 2 something this morning. Because the dark part of the moon was facing sideways and not upside down like this. You can see the video of it on my Facebook if you have it. Yeah, I'm talking about the shadow. Yeah, now I read it. Oh, you're from Poland. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I've had these telescopes for quite a while and I haven't really used them a lot, but I'm going to start using them more. I am using them more. Um, I am using these telescopes that I have more. I did have this great big old powerful one. It was humongous. It was so heavy and I could not even move it. It was so heavy. It was so awkward, even though it was powerful. And I thought, I'm not messing with that. It's just too complicated. I mean, it's too heavy. I can't carry it around like that. Um, yeah. Well, I got to go to work, Nancy. Yeah. But it's okay. Everybody works in some sort of fashion. They do work. Whether you go to a job or you work at home or you just do what you can do. So that's okay. Clove, you're not sure a comment went through? Well, I don't know what your comment would have been. You have a good day too, Sandra Preston. I need to move this moon up the screen some more, up to the top of it, because it's coming down so fast. Yeah, I won't be on here too much longer because I want to do some stretching this morning and walk on the treadmill before I get ready to head out. I just want to wear myself out before I go to work and get more wore out. Oh my goodness. Oh, have I heard of the show of YouTube Edge of Wonder? No, I don't really watch much YouTube at all, and I don't watch TV or movies. I used to. I like to watch documentaries and stuff, the History Channel or something like that. But I don't really make time to do any watching of things like that in my life. I don't. So I've never heard of it. Well, greetings to you, Alessandra Drogon. Nueva Mucha, you must have blocked me. What are you talking about? Call you Alex. Alex. Okay. Alex. Alex. Okay. You wrote a poem about your experience while in a coma, and the poem is called There Will Come a Day, if it's an anthology, entitled Surrender to the Moon, Go Figure. Wow. Oh, I love poetry. And if you wrote it while you were, what you experienced in a coma, I think that's pretty neat. Okay. Um, yeah, this is moving really fast. It's so beautiful. At least I'm out here enjoying the beautiful outdoors before going into the indoors of work. Okay, are links allowed in the comment? I don't know. You can try it. You can try it. I know you can't put pictures. Um, oh, Clove McCluve. Yeah. Oh. You left me a link on my Facebook under another name, Earth and Nova, once about the lady. Oh, I have so many comments on there. I'd probably never ever find it because I wouldn't even know what post it would have been under. I don't have time to read all the comments and stuff. And I know some people get upset saying this lady doesn't even read the comments. Well, if they put themselves in my shoes and they try to read all the comments, they wouldn't have time to live their life. So, yeah, there really is a lot. And I do want to live my life. I want to enjoy my time here on earth while I have it, while it's enjoyable. It just calls for us to, like, I don't know, multitask, juggle a lot of things simultaneously. This is kind of strange. If I look at this for a brief, I saw like lines that went across the sky. I thought, is that on my phone or something? Um, I'm going to recommend them to interview you on the show. Well, Clove, what did I do with that moon? I have turned down so many interviews. I was going to do one, but then it didn't pan out, and I thought, it's an omen. I have turned down so many interviews because I think within myself, there's really not much about me that people do not know that I could say even more on a show. And I think I remember seeing this one thing where Planet X, I don't like Planet X because the guy is very rude and sarcastic to people. He does not uh, bring forth love when he speaks, but he had these two people on this show that he interviewed him on. He said, I promise I'll be a gentleman. When they got on the show, there's a video of it. He was screaming and cussing them out, and they were trying to talk. And he kept playing radio really loud. Oh, it was screaming and shouting back and forth. And I had to stop the video, I thinking, no way, So, yeah, if someone had me on an interview like that and they did that to me, I would hang up because I'm not going to allow somebody to treat me that way. I'm not, and I don't have to. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, you can even search it. If I knew the name of the people he interviewed, because they were showing things about the sky and stuff. I know Steve Olson was one of the people he interviewed along with this other guy, and he literally is screaming at him and cussing him out. It was horrific. I couldn't even listen to any more. So yeah, yeah, I believe that, and I'm thinking, you think you're going to ambush me on an interview? I'm sorry, I will not even give you the opportunity to do that because that truly does show a person's true colors. They don't treat others the way that they're supposed to. But that's okay because one day things come full circle. Karma, or you're going to reap what you sow when you do that to other people, because that is totally uncalled for, totally uncalled for. And no good comes out of that when you do that to other people, even on an interview or real life. No good comes from it. And if you're one of those people who like to do that, just watch out because one day it's going to come back at you in a way that you could never expect it and at a time that you could never expect it. It does come full circle. Um, Linda Miller channel, and her video is named The Second Planet X Spotted, but the video is showing a fantastic footage of an alien craft. Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah. They attack to provoke. Yeah, there's a lot of people who do that, and some people do get provoked. I know a lot of people who would get provoked and they would attack back, but you know what? I'm the person who silent, and really it makes them even madder. It makes them madder when you won't argue with people. Some individual makes them so mad, but I'm sorry, I'm not the argumentative type. I will literally turn around and not wipe the dust off my feet. You will not get it out of me. Good evening, Gwen from Scotland. The arrival of the eternal King, which is Christ the Messiah, for the real Jews, for the 12 tribes of Israel. There will come a day when we'll see something like that. There will come a day. Um, because this earth is not going to remain in the cycle that it's in. It cannot go on. It cannot continue, because the people are becoming so. Some of the people are becoming so evil and towards humans and animals and to countries and stuff. It's just, oh, it's not pleasant. Yeah, you told your ex-husband last night he's going blind and he needs help, but left me when I was, that's so sad, Angela. Yeah, it does come back. It does come back. I've experienced it all throughout my life with people, and they think they'll get away with it, but it's just momentary satisfaction for their ego, and it's not worth it. I would advise anyone, if you before you go out and do bad things to people, think about it. Think about it. Are you going to want that done to you? Because it's going to be done to you in a way that you would never expect it. Um, yeah, yeah. Because when a person truly, when a person, if they have a heart within them, if they have empathy and compassion, when they lash out at someone, uh, some will feel totally horrible about it. But it's too late. Once those words come out of your mouth, it's too late. Once those words come out of your mouth and you've done the damage, it's too late. That's why you need to be slow to speak, quick to listen, is what you need to be. But I think it's being instilled in people nowadays that you have a right to say anything you want, even if it harms another individual. You have a right. Uh, but you know what? You don't have a right to break one of the golden rules like that. The star video done last night looks like it's a shape-shifting. You saw the same thing on your phone, and what do you think about this? Your picture is on the brightest star in the sky. I believe that you are right, and yes, it does shape-shift. That's what I think. Um, yeah, that's what I think. Um, Elisha Knowles, what are you talking about? It's a sleeper. And who are you saying to do your research to? This is the first time I've seen your comment on here. Um, yeah, and it's because Alex, you have a conscience, so that's good. At least your conscience speaks to you. Some people, their conscience has been seared with a hot iron, and they don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. Maybe they do, and they just really don't care what they do because they think, well, life's done me bad. I've had a bad life, and I'm going to do other people the same way. There's people like that. Um, yeah. In his image, you are black. In his image, are you black like unto the ground? If not, you're not made in his image. That's, you're, I am sorry, but you're being very rude and disrespectful to not just me, but to everyone. And you are passing judgment on every single one of us. You are. And that's not nice. I'm not going to put up with it. I am not. Um, well, you're welcome. Yeah, I don't want people coming on my YouTube channel either, just passing judgment on other people. That's wrong. That is not love. I'm sorry. That does not come from God. It does not. That type of thinking is not of God. It's not. and it's not love. And if they say that it is, then I'm sorry. It's not the God that I know. It's not the God that I know. That's okay, Demetrius Thomas, because I blocked that person that you're talking about. Because I can't have that. I cannot have that. And I work with people who are black and who are of different races, who are different ethnicities. I don't look down on them, and they don't look down on me. And that's how it should be. We shouldn't look down on one another because of our ethnicity. This is a long YouTube video of the moon, but that's all right. I've been on here 1 hour. Val, I have been on here for a record. Uh, oh, well, that's okay. That's okay, Alex. That's okay. Because I'm going to be getting off here anyway. Um, but I've really enjoyed this conversation with all of you all, even though we're looking at the moon. I've enjoyed it. I really have. It jumped all over the place, but that's okay. Too late. History said. Your ancestral history. Yeah. uh, yeah. Well, I'm going to get off of here. I have some things I want to do, but thank you all. I really have. I promise you, I've enjoyed being on here with you all. Um, I have. I could probably click this. I'm going to clip this camera around so you can see me. Yeah, I have enjoyed being on here with all of you all. Uh, I have. It's been very pleasant out here. Uh, I think it's around 60 degrees, and I just woke up and look kind of wild, but it's okay. It's okay. Thank you all. Yeah, sometimes I don't want to put myself on here, but then sometimes it's okay. I know you don't like to be talking to the sky, but that's all right. That's all right. That is quite all right. Yeah, I just been out here drinking my coffee. I never even make it. I like little bitty cups. I don't like to fill my coffee up more than this, and I've only drank that much, so I don't even get to drink my coffee in the mornings. Um, uh, Look at the view behind me. I'm going to show you the view behind me. I'm going to show you how beautiful it is outside. It's absolutely beautiful out here. Absolutely beautiful. Um, there's no telling where this YouTube is going to put this video. Yeah, it's nice and green out. Let me shrink my screen. It's nice and green out. The weeds are taking over my garden, my little landscape area. But yeah, we can see the sun right here. It's just so bright, extremely bright. Oh my, I'm trying to shrink this screen down. So yeah, it is. It's nice. This cloud right here, this just appears out of the blue. And then once you look at them for a while, they literally will fade back into the sky. These right here, and they're all going to start making their way. There's going to be clouds that come from over there. They're going to make their way across the sky to where the sun is because it's getting to be a noontime. Yeah, so you can see, yeah. Well, I am going to go. I am going to go. But I do thank you all again. A record heat wave in the Netherlands. We just got off of our record heat wave here. But I'm sure it's going to be back. The sun looked doubled. We'll look at that sun again. I need to take my socks off. I don't want to walk in the grass with my socks on. We'll look at the sun again. If it kind of does look a little doubled, I guess. There is something next to the sun, and it's not my phone. Is it my phone? It could be my phone. Oh, I can't rotate my thing now. It could be from the phone. It could be from the phone. Because it's moving with my phone. It could be. Well, that's solved. That is solved. Um, Hello, hello. Yeah, well, I am gonna get off of here. The moon has went below the tree line, but I'm gonna get busy on my day. I got a few things I want to do before I run into work, but thank you all again. I really have. I have, um, whoopsie, I'm gonna try to flip this around. I have greatly enjoyed our conversation this morning, even though it was on, just on here, reading the comments, but I have greatly enjoyed it, and it was very pleasant, and it was very relaxing to me uh, to read all the comments and talk about the things that we did talk about. Thank you all once again from my heart. I really do thank you because it does feel a part of me. Your all's, I can feel your all's energy inside my being also. So thank you again. It's made my day. It really has. I feel good on the inside. So thank you once again for conversing with me over this YouTube channel because it was very nice. And looking at that moon up there in the sky. Now if I'm going to push this button, yeah, good night. Good night. You won't see me until good night if you see me again because it's going to be in the wee hours of the morning. Yeah.